everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I'm Nuzhat Sana and in this video I'll discuss today's top current and static general studies questions for UPSC Prelims Examination 2022 onwards. And these questions are framed keeping in view both the factual as well as analytical aspects of UPSC Prelims exam. Also, I would like to inform you that these questions are part of GK Today's UPSC Prelims test series, which is available in GK Today Android app. And the test series for 2022 Prelims examination comprises total of 7500 questions, divided 2500 questions on current general studies and 5000 questions on static general studies. And the series has started from May 2021 and it will end with UPSC Prelims Examinations 2022. So if you wish to access all questions of GK Today UPSC Prelims test series, you may subscribe the test series in the app. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
So today this is our 20th lecture and now let's start. Question number 1. Which of the following is our terms refer to some kind of betting in sports? So basically you have to identify which of the following options are associated with some type of betting. Okay. First term is pitch sliding. What is this? Also you can say it as court sliding. Actually, it is an illegal betting in which someone inside a sport venue passes on match-related updates to the bookies who use the information to change the odds in betting. And the time lag between such immediate information and airing of the information on TV gives a window of opportunity for the bookies. Okay. So yes, this is related to betting. Second term is points shaving. What is this? It is actually players being bribed into ensuring that their team does not cover the point spread. And mostly these are used in spread betting where the payoff is based on the accuracy of wager. Okay, so yes, this is also related to betting. Then third is cherry picking. What is this? Actually in basketball or in any other sport, this term refers to play where one player, which is called cherry picker, does not play defense with the rest of the team but remains near the opponent's goal. Okay, I hope you are clear with it. So yes, this is also kind of cheating, but it is not related to betting. Okay, so this is wrong. And fourth is spot fixing. It is the fixing of specific aspect of any game to ensure a certain result. Okay, so this is also a betting and correct answer becomes 1, 2 and 4. Now why betting and gambling is in news? Because in December 2020 Supreme Court had held that lottery, gambling and betting are taxable under GST Act of 2017. Okay. Question number 2. With reference to research in Antarctica and Arctic, which of the following is our notable accomplishment of India? First of all, talking about Antarctic, India's first expedition to the Antarctic was in 1981 to 82 under the leadership of Dr. S.Z. Kasim. And the expedition was carried out using marine vessel Polar Circle. Now why it is in news? Because the 40th Indian Scientific Expedition of Antarctica was launched in January 2021 and 43 members departed from Mormugao Port, Goa to relieve the winter crew of 48 members who spent 15 months at the South Pole. Okay, and talking about Arctic, India launched its first scientific expedition to the Arctic in 2007, and for this expedition the International Research Facility at Spitsbergen Island of Norway was used. Okay, and one of the noteworthy accomplishment of India is the preparation of geological and geomorphologic maps of Antarctica's Schirmacher Oasis. So this is correct. And talking about Indian mission on Antarctic, it is a multidisciplinary, multi-institution under the control of National Center for Antarctic and Ocean Research which comes under Ministry of Earth Sciences. And the newest base commissioned in 2015 is Bharti, and it is constructed out of 134 shipping containers. Fine. Similarly, talking about Indian mission on Arctic, Himadri Station is India's first Arctic research station, which is located in Spitsbergen Island of Norway and was inaugurated by Ministry of Earth Sciences in the year 2008. Why Arctic is important? Because US Geological Survey estimates that 22% of the world's oil and natural gas could be located beneath the Arctic. Now second is discovery of cosmic neutrinos. So yes, they are important, but it has nothing to do with India's accomplishment regarding research in Antarctica and Arctic. So this is wrong. And third is discovery of fossils in the McMurdo Dry valleys. This is also wrong. And correct answer becomes only 1. Next question. Which of the following human activities are responsible for emission of methane? So which of the following activities can produce methane? First of all, let's see why it was in news, because the Global Methane Assessment is a report that was released by UN Environment Programme and Climate and Clean Air Coalition. Okay. So as per it, methane, which is a greenhouse gas that is more potent than carbon dioxide, is responsible for 30% of global warming since pre-industrial times. And the three main sources of human-caused methane emissions are fossil fuels, waste, and agriculture. So the municipal solid waste landfills are one of the largest methane sources, as the trash decomposes to product landfill gas, which comprises mainly methane and carbon dioxide. So according to this report, cutting methane from anthropogenic sources by 45% is required to keep global warming within thresholds agreed upon by world leaders. Okay, so this was the whole report, and now let's see the options. First is cultivation of certain crops. Yes, it comes into agriculture. Second is animal husbandry. Yes, this is also right. Municipal solid waste landfills means it comes under waste. Yes, it is also correct. And last is burning of fossil fuels. Yes, this is also true. And right answer becomes 1, 2, 3 and 4. Actually, methane is produced by the breakdown or decay of organic material and can be introduced into the atmosphere by either natural processes, for example, decay of plant material in wetlands, or you can say seepage of gas from underground deposits, or the digestion of food by cattle. Then talking about the human activities, for example, oil and gas production, rice farming, or waste management. All these processes can lead to emission of methane. Now, what are the important Indian initiatives regarding control of methane emission? So in this line, first is seaweed based animal feed, and the aim was to reduce methane emissions from cattle and also boost immunity of cattle and poultry. Okay. Then second initiative is Indian Greenhouse Gas Program, and this program builds comprehensive measurement and management strategies to decrease the emissions and indulge into more profitable and sustainable business in India. And the third initiative was National Action Plan on Climate Change. So this was launched in the year 2008, and aim was to create awareness among the public on the threat posed by climate change and steps to counter it. Okay. Now next question, with reference to the legal framework around cryptocurrency in India, which of the following is our correct statements? So two statements have been given regarding cryptocurrency, and let's see which of them are correct. First of all, what is cryptocurrency? It is actually a type of digital currency in which encryption techniques are used to regulate the units of currency and verify the transfer of funds. And the problem is it operates independently of central bank. Okay. For example, Bitcoin, etc. Now, what is the problem with cryptocurrency? Why government wants to ban this? Because of malware threats. Then there is a problem of money laundering. Also, risk increases in security. Market becomes volatile. And last is sovereign guarantee. So these are some of the problems with cryptocurrency, and that's why government wants to ban it. Now let's see the options. Currently, cryptocurrency based transactions are illegal by law. Actually, what happened is the RBI had prohibited the banks and other entities that are regulated by it from supporting cryptocurrency based transactions in the year 2018. But this ban was struck down as unconstitutional by the Supreme Court in 2020, as cryptocurrency is not illegal in India but only unregulated. So this is wrong to say that it is illegal by law. Okay, so this is wrong. And second statement says cryptocurrency based transactions are monitored by National Payments Corporation of India. So recently what happened is the NPCI, that is National Payment Corporation of India, has refused to ban cryptocurrency transaction, and it asked banks to decide on such transactions based on their risk assessment. Okay, so this is also wrong, and correct answer becomes neither nor. Also important thing is cryptocurrency and regulation of Official Digital Currency Bill 2021 gives a regulatory framework for launching an official digital currency. Fine. Now last question, who among the following wrote Dharmatma Gokhale as a tribute to Gopal Krishna Gokhale? Actually, Gopal Krishna Gokhale was a liberal political leader, social reformer and educationist who was born on 9th May 1866. And he is noted for his role in framing Morley Minto reforms, which is also called as Indian Councils Act of 1909. Also, he founded the Servants of India Society and Ranade Institute of Economics. And not only this, he also started Hitvad, which means People's Paper, which is a weekly English newspaper. Now coming back to the question, the book Dharmatma Gokhale was written by our father of nation Mahatma Gandhi in dedication to Gokhale. Actually, it was in news last year because Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tribute to him for his 154th anniversary. And what are the roles of Mr. Gokhale in Indian National Congress? First of all, he is associated with moderate group of Indian National Congress, and secondly, he became the president of INC in the year 1905 in Banaras session. Also, he is associated with Sarvajanik Sabha journal that was started by Govind Ranade. Okay. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. If you want to give any review, feedback or suggestion regarding these lectures, you can tell us in the comment section. Definitely we will try to implement that. And now we'll meet again tomorrow with 5 more new and interesting questions. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.